How we doing, guys? Hope everybody had a good week. Welcome back. So I've kind of hit a fork in the road. I don't know which way to go. And also, here's the thing, is my channel's so small, it's kind of hard for me to gauge off of doing polls and asking you guys questions. And I know I ask questions and everyone's like, well, it's just your car. Do what you want. But the thing is if I did what I wanted, I wouldn't have paid for all this camera equipment, microphones, all this stuff, and I'd have the money to have my build pretty much done. The thing is I build this car for entertainment, kind of experimentation. I kind of try to put myself in your guys' shoes, take the route that I think that you guys might find the most entertaining or relatable, and that's why I ask for your guys' opinion. So I'm kind of I'm at the wall here. Got a kind of couple options or a couple ways to go. I think about 3. So we got the port injection, the motor part, firewall forward as I call it. But this kit, too high PSI. That's what I love about this kit, is it's amazing. It's so versatile. I've got the too high PSI kit, 1090 injectors with the awesome jewelry like SC plates. The too high PSI kit will actually go 2 ways for me. So I can do a return style, which, you know, you've got the fuel pump, a supply line, you let the motor consume what it's gonna do, and then the excess fuel gets pumped back into the fuel tank through the return line. There's also a second option. Now this is kind of common amongst hot rodders. It's not really common amongst OE. There are pros and cons to each setup, but I can't really find that many cons for going a deadhead style. That's what they call just having a feed line to it. Now the return style line, or the return style systems, the pump runs at 100% and it just runs 100% circulation, and whatever, you know, by the time the fuel gets to the engine, depending on the RPM, the air fuel mixture, it's going to depend on how much the engine consumes fuel. Whatever it consumes, and the rest bleeds off back into the tank. Now the simple fact of that fuel pump running at 100% duty cycle and expending the energy to push the fuel back into the tank leaves a lot of room, theoretically, what I'm thinking, on the table for extra feed that the deadhead system could make up for in the long run. This is kind of where I'm left in the tracks thinking, scratching my head, what would you guys find the most interesting? What would I think that you guys would pursue this? Because, you know, the 2 IPSI kit, you're going to spend anywhere from like $2,500 to $3,200. Just depends what your setup is, what style injectors you go with, the goodies you tack on, so on and so forth. The feed, now they have, and I have talked to Mike Sr. about this, that they actually have a Camaro SS, which they left the factory LT1 pump on, used the deadhead system, and they made, I believe it was just over 700 wheel. Now, a return style system, that's where I'm at with the DI injection maxed out. So, as you can see, the LT4 or the ZL1 does get a fuel upgrade, the pump. Now, I can't find any stats as far as like what the actual liters per hour, gallons per hour, whatever reading that is. I did a poll, and I did kind of a, what would you guys like to see? A $600 upgrade or $3,000 upgrade, and you voted, you spoke out. It was close, but I reached out to Dietworks. And I'll back up there. That's pretty much, you've got 4 innovations. If you have a Camaro or Cadillac, maybe CTSV, you might have more options with the Cadillac, but we've got 4 innovations, Dietworks, or I can leave the factory pump and max it out and let you guys see what you think. Now I can go deadhead system and have take the return style out, just leave the OE system in place. There's pros and cons to everything, and I'll kind of do my best to explain them here, but I can leave the deadhead system with the OE pump in, max it out. We might go 800, 850. I never know, but I called Dietworks. They offer a brushless single pump upgrade. And they told me that pretty much the horsepower gained per dollar is going to be kind of wasteful. So that tells me that the factory ZL1 pump is right around 400 liters per hour, I'm guessing. So I'm going to add into the stream here. We'll go 4 innovations. Now this is the triple pump. You have a triple pump or a double pump. They do use Walbro pumps. Kind of on the fence about that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I've heard a ton of good things about 4 innovations. 4 innovations. Every video I see on YouTube, everybody's using 4 innovations fuel systems. Here's where I'm having a little bit of a problem with that. So 4 innovations, you go on the website, you look, there's little to no customer support. If you have problems or questions building your package, they won't answer the phone. They don't want you to call in. They want you to email only. I got a problem with that. So the customer service looks shaky already, and it's more money than the Dietworks. I'm kind of assuming that we've already talked about the OE solution or the OE route, so I'm kind of assuming that's out of the way. That's step 1. Step 2 will be the 4. We're getting into that now. I will end here. Just do this. Okay, so the 4 innovations, and you'll be able to see here. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but we'll probably go, if they use the Walbro pumps to make use of it, I'll have to go with the triple, and I'll get to that here in a little bit. The triple, it's more money. I've kind of got a problem with that, but you see this controller right here with the 2 wires coming out of it. This mofo goes through your trunk, so there's going to be drilling through the trunk of my car. Here's the hat in the hanger. I'm assuming maybe the cinder unit is on there, tell you the fuel levels. You know, you're gonna have a filter, and then you're gonna have the regulator. But this is where the triple pump's gonna hang off of. The whole thing, you know, you're gonna have all the wiring, all the hardware and everything. Now there's a better picture of it. So there's the triple pump system. As you can see, there's no baffling. There's no baffling in the system, and I've kind of got a big problem with that, because let me get back in your face here. If there's no baffling, you're going to be starving the pumps of fuel. So I've heard, like, if you launch the car hard, and you know, if you're pulling like a G, 7/10 of a G up to a G, an acceleration, maybe, I mean, that might not even be accurate in real world application. Lateral, any kind of lateral movement, you know, I don't know what kind of fuel level you'd have to run. I haven't had the fuel pump out of my car, but I'm just saying that, you know, if you're starving this pump, this kit's gonna be, and you'll see here, let me get back in there and I'll show you, this kit is just insane money. And the thing is like, you can go through here and it adds up, man. The $100, $200 here, $100 there, 25, 209, 249, 80, 60, 32, 30. I mean, by the time you max this thing out, you can max this kit out and it would be like right around $3,000. And I still cutting a hole in my in the floor pan of my trunk. I'm just not sold on it all the way. Now, if this system had baffling, they had good customer support, and it just had a lot of good reviews, I would be more likely on board. This is a route that we can go, though, if you want to see me do it. Like I said, this is a business. This is not 100% my call here, so I'm trying to be what you guys would find most entertaining, what you guys would get the most use out of. So I'll put whatever on the channel. All I ask for is that you guys to put your input. So we can go this route with the 4 innovations, but I'm telling you, it's just the cost just keeps adding up, and I'm not really 100% sold this way. So yeah, I mean, by the time you max it out, I think I maxed this kit out at like 2,800 bucks. And the tuning, I think, is going to be a nightmare. I'm not sure if it ties into the OE system, but I will tell you this, Dietworks does. And I will show you this right here. This is the kit I'm thinking maybe. Now they do have this other whole kit. Let me just go with 2. Now this is it does utilize a lot of the OE stuff, so I'm thinking fuel starvation might be a less of a problem with this. They do offer the 8 AN supply and the 6 AN return. I know everybody's trying to push this 10, 12 AN fittings, but you don't freaking need it. I mean, I've already called Dietworks and I talked to them. That's a point ahead for instead of 4, but you're gonna get the twin pump system, and I believe that these twin pump systems is the way to go. I think you're gonna have less moving parts, less things to go wrong, and this is the whole kit. You see those 2 wires? That's gonna be it. So somehow these 2 hard shell connectors going into, I'm assuming, these 2 pumps is going to be pretty much the only thing that you're gonna have to be worrying about here. It looks very, very easy to install, and yeah, they also give you a fuel pump calculator here, and it's kind of like the injector, and they do have their own injector. If you'll be able to see there, fuel injector calculators, conversions, octane booster. I mean, if it has to do anything with fuel or whatever, they've got you covered here. I'm very, and they're really close. I think they're in Oklahoma, so it's you know, shipping, turnaround time, if I have any problems, warranty, everything. The turnaround for me would be pretty quick. So I'm just gonna go. Let's go 1500 wheel. So they'll give you a conversion chart here. Let's go supercharged. I'm gonna go ethanol E85 all the way up. So my baseline would be 58. I'm just using this as a starting point. Don't hold me to anything. Boost pressure. So for PSI that I'm running or will be running, let's go, man, if I push it full tilt, let's go 17 PSI boost. I would have to go return system with this, but yes, there you go, 904 liters per hour. Now that's 1500 to the tire. So if we did, I'm just doing a quick conversion here for, that would be 1800 horsepower at the crank. So I believe that this kit would be maxed out. So I think that each one of those pumps on E85 full tilt under actual full throttle working pressure, I think these things produce like 415 liters per hour of that they can actually sustain and hold at. So I would be not quite enough. So you're talking what, 830, I'm sorry, I can't think today. 830, so let's try this. I would definitely have enough fuel for, well, let's just keep going. 1300 wheel. Yeah, about 1350 wheel where we would be able to max out at. And I'll tell you what, I think that would be a good kit. So 1350 times 1.2, that's 1,620 horsepower, sorry. So this, I'm starting to think that this is the way to go. These guys really look like they have their act together. They worked in conjunction with Bosch. They actually put their pumps side by side. I watched a test. You can go hop on their YouTube channel. They actually have like working, like actual real life simulation as far as putting the pumps under stress next to the competitors, and I'm liking what I see. So I mean, these pumps, they come out of Germany with I think they're working in line with Bosch. Bosch is co-developing. They're either developing and rebranding, or they're co-developing and putting their Dietworks name on these things. You'll be able to look in here. You can increase the volts or, you know, crank this thing harder, spin it harder. But it does look like 500 liters per hour at open flow. But that's kind of like, you know, buying an air compressor and, you know, the CFM rating versus the actual CFM rating. What it can sustain under load at worst case scenario is what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about peak. So, yeah, there you go. Outflows, a Whirlpool 450 on E85 by 31%. So I'm starting to think that these guys are the real deal. This is the way to go. And especially if they have a drop-in kit that allows me to utilize a lot of the OEM features. Yeah, I think that this is the way to go. So, let's see here. The X2 series for Camaro 6 and Cadillac CTS V3. Now I can split this up and do this for $1,000. Which is gonna be about 1/3 of the price of the 4 Innovations. I don't know if the 4 Innovations come with hose. Okay, it did. Yes, it did. I was just looking to see here if the 4 Innovations came with. I'll show you right here that fuel hose supply and return. I'm assuming that's gonna be enough for return too. So, but yes, Dietworks, I believe, is the way to go. But like I said, it's on you guys. So I could do that. It would take me a little bit of time to save up for that kit, but I believe that would be the way to go. If you guys think 4 Innovations is the way to go and that's what you want to see, let's go. It's pretty much going to come down to, do you guys want to see this port injection system put in phases, maxed out in pretty much every phase, or jump in the deep end of the pool here and just go with a fuel system setup all the way? It's up to you guys. I'm okay either way. But I know a lot of people have been wondering, why haven't you put it in? Like I said, I did injure my back at work. I went through physical therapy. I had a 15-pound weight restriction, and it got increased to a 25-pound weight restriction, then a 50, and I think now we're good. Keeping the physical therapy going, doing a lot better. The only reason I can't put it in is that supercharger it's almost 100 pounds. So I'm not really trying to put myself out of commission again. So which way you guys want to go, let's pick it. Let's do it. I can't wait to get this kit in. I can't wait to get it on the dyno and see the gains that we can do. Like I said, in order to be full bolt on, we still got a couple more parts to bolt on, and I think we'll be able to hit 4-digit horsepower with leaving the stock LT4 the way it is. So comment below, tell me what you guys think. Hope you guys are having an awesome day, have an awesome week. Until the next video, we'll catch you later. Until then, see you later.